in there with wax.
Right, since the last video, what I've done, I've started a new sphere. That beach sphere, which was just like a random sphere that I had hanging around, was a bit oblate, but I started turning it just to prove the principle, and I only turned 3 cuts, 1, 2, 3, around 1 point, just to get the idea that this is going to work, and I'm sure it is. But I can see immediately that I'm going to have to go a lot closer to the points than I did on the 12 pointed star.
Well, that's basically it.
So I'm going to, yeah, so I've thought of a couple of ideas. One is I've marked out the dodecahedron points on this, the 12 equidistant points, and then I've found one of the centres of the triangles, which were in the one video 1, I think.
Now this thing's probably still
and
good.
What I'm going to do now, because it's important that they all come on the same
it's cleaned out.
latitude.
Stuff this, but I will not.
So I'm going to mark round.
Soldering that back in there.
So that should have marked all 5, and I can check it with the dividers later. I'll just do it with a compass for now. Remember, it's every other one. Yeah, spot on.
Solder them on here.
Going from there.
There's the 4.1s.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. So now I can mark the other side the same. I took a lot more time making this sphere.
Okay, got it installed there.
Because I wanted it to be right.
I'll just hook this to ground here. I should get 0.1 microfarad.
Yeah, that beach sphere was about 2 millimeters oblate.
Nanofarads. So 100 nanofarads is 0.1 microfarads.
Which is why the holes didn't line up, I guess.
99 there. 99 there. 99
Can't get to
there.
the end of there.
Good. So I'm going to do the same thing to this block and this block. That way there's no capacitors on the outside. Sort of makes it look more neat. But I'm going to do those off camera, and we'll take a look at it when I'm finished.
So, same on this side.
Here's the second can.
I'm going to find my points.
0.33, a 0.002,
and mark my latitude.
And 0.047.
And then after, I'll double check everything with the...
Okay, that's 2 down.
No, I've got to do. Sorry, I've got to do the same.
Okay, here's the third one.
Between these triangles in the centre. I haven't
3,
marked the triangles, so I'm gonna have to figure out where they are.
2,
1.
Now this thing was riveted in there, unlike the other 2 had screws.
2. Yeah, crosses on that line, so that's good.
Here, so
just double check it with another one.
So I'm going to have to make a new one of these.
Make sure I get the right points. So if I go there.
When I'm ready to mount this, I'll show you what I come up with. Okay, the last can will go in here like this. Of course,
doing it this way, it gives me more confidence that
2 screws here.
When I turn it...
And the fuse. Here's the little fuse thing I redid.
Because these are almost my cut lines, these middle 2.
Not bad. There'll be a wire going here and a wire coming up there.
And then as I rotate around the other 12 points of symmetry,
I went to Ace Hardware
these cut lines will appear again and again until I've cut all. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut 2 at a time, so it's only these. I'll mark the next one on to be sure.
These look really neat.
There.
Jack buys for that rubber.
Yeah, spot on. So if I mark around there.
That's the best damn
bit of a shortcut, I know, but I will double check everything.
This is the IF transformer.
Because shortcuts can lead to errors.
Some of these wires with liquid
so
tape.
I'll be cutting in there and there, rotating, cutting in there and there, rotating. Now I'm going to make cup centres because there are 5 points, going to be 5 points now at the centres of the triangles, which are my icosahedron points,
Notice
if you like.
there's no
I better mark
holes
them out. I better prick
on
them
top of the
out
eye
actually,
skin.
very
In order to
gently. I'm not. They don't
adjust
need to
these
be
two
really
trimmers here,
marked, but
you
just
gotta
so
take the
that I
top
know
off.
where they are
That's crazy.
and I can find them again. I'll do that on all of them
It's
after.
time to,
Yeah, I'm going to make a
power
cup. I'm
transfer.
going to measure that radius there. I'll
Oh,
measure it now,
goody.
which is
Hook up all the wires.
about 57, 55. So I'm going to make a cup a little bit bigger than that, say 3 mil, so 58, with that spherical profile cut into it as a live centre, and another one as a drive centre. And I'm going to try turning this between centres, because
See it there.
I'll always have
I need to
at
put
worst
the
10 tips of the star points of contact. I'm hoping that that gives me enough support. I've done away with the idea of putting a long rod into drilling these. It's just not accurate enough. I can't get that level of accuracy, I'm pretty sure. I could try, but you might fail 2 times out of 3, and I really want this to work. So I'm going to try a cup centre, a cup centre.
One over here.
It'll leave me enough line to make my cut. Still got to work out the depth of the cuts, so I'll do that later when I get a better picture in my head of where I am. And I think that's it for now. I've got those ones marked. So that, yeah, cut that side
Two cans that you saw me install.
of that line and that side
I'm not using the can
of that line.
I'm going to use this screw here as
We'll
a mount.
cut 5 faces
I'm going to make this little
and 5
plexiglass mount
faces.
here. I'll drill a hole
Sorry,
in the
no,
middle
that
there.
line and that line. I better mark these a different colour.
Terminal strips on each
It's
side.
that line, the centres of the triangle. So I've got to cut that side of that line and that side of that line. And those are the points of the, well, every other one is a point of a star, of 10 points there, and then there'll be 5 around that outside by the time you get to the finish. That's it for now. I'll be back when I've made the cup centres and started turning.
Take a look at it.